In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, and we have a special set of guests on the show this evening. We've got Dave and Rob from Sin City Crypto. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Outside of spending the entire day with Robin, I'm doing pretty good, actually. Thanks for asking.
I can see how that might be detrimental to your health. Rob, how you doing, bro?
I'm high maintenance here, apparently. No, man, thanks for having us on. We're excited. Big fans of the channel, man. Really happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, we're super happy to have you on. If you guys are not following Sin City Crypto, make sure to go over, check them out. I've got the link down below. You know what to do. You know what time it is. Make sure to give them a follow. I was actually out in Vegas while Miguel was writing smart contracts, hunkered down in the
somebody's got to work around
in the bunker. Somebody's got to work, right? I was out in Vegas and we stopped in. You guys should check out that stream. We had a great time. People's shirts were coming off. I mean, I'm telling you what, it got wild. Myself and Mind Your Biz were on, so we had a good time. And they definitely have. You guys have. I'm telling you, you guys have a fantastic studio. Miguel and I aspire to be where you're at in terms of the studio. It is really, really nice. It was definitely impressive. So
thank you, man.
We'll work on it, Miguel. We'll work on it.
Well, they always say don't over leverage yourself. We went way past that.
We are like 50x leverage.
And so if this channel doesn't succeed, I will probably get a divorce and or file for bankruptcy. So
I think both.
You know what? It's great though. I think that sometimes when you bring on, let's just call it straight debt, it pushes you and drives you towards this has got to happen, right? And just kind of pushes you towards that you've invested so much, whether it's actually debt or whether it's just you put all of your funds into something. I think it pushes you towards that. I will tell you on the end,
sink or swim.
Yeah, for sure. With Miguel and I, it's been with the NFT project. Our artist was no chump change. And all of a sudden we had never sold an NFT and we're handing over 25K to somebody like, hey, can you do some artwork for us? Right. And it's a big, like, okay, we're doing this, and it's pushed us to continue to press forward. So at any event, let's get into it. Let's have some fun tonight, guys. Smash the likes, please, please, please. We got 36 people in here tonight. Let's share out. We just put a tweet out on the Twitters. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. Follow Sin City on Twitter as well. Smash the like button. Let's get to it. Miguel, the markets have been moving around a little bit. I'm going to pull up the top 10 here, and then Miguelito is going to do a little bit of TA for us right quick. We have got the cryptocurrency market cap up 0.98%, up at 1.07 trillion with the T dollars. Bitcoin at 22,366, and I'm interested to hear from Rob and Dave, especially Dave. I think because Dave, you're the TA, man in the group here. Why this is happening? Miguel, show us a little bit of your TA, and Dave, I'm going to put you on the spot. If you got a little TA you want to throw out there, I'd love to see what you got. Tell me why this is happening.
So I am not set up for TA. I actually just powered my laptop on, but.
Put you on the spot too much.
I can power it up.
No. Right. Don't worry about it. We'll have Miguel.
Yeah, no worries. I'll take a look at my screen over here. Quick little simple TA. So as you guys can see, right, we've been talking about this hard line of this downward regression. We were able to break back above massive Bitcoin boner right here, right? Got back into this point of control, made it into support, bounced off, right? We're looking at the daily here, guys. So this is daily support happening here. And as you can see, the momentum wave took off. The VWAP flipped back over. It's taking it's cooling off right now, right? The money flow hasn't gotten green just yet, but the momentum is still going on the way up. So we still got some room here. We also have a lot of other macro things happening that could be influencing this, but obviously, this 16,000 support that people were thinking, right? They're going for shorts. It looks like we got a little bit of a short squeeze, and we got some massive movement on the daily here. And, we could go all the way back up to, that 23,000 levels. We're at 22,300 right now. And, if you've been watching the TA Thursdays around the charts, people have been talking about these levels. You got 22,000 flipping this and moving on up or because some people don't think that this 16,000 is going to happen. So we'll see what happens.
I'll be really interested to see which way that goes. I will tell you, shout out to CryptoFace. If you're in the chat, shout out, brother. I think earlier he had like a $500,000 long out there that he was playing around with. You know, don't we all wish we were just playing around with a $500,000? But I hope that goes well for him. So, gents, tell me, Dave, you've been looking at obviously the charts. You guys are all about it. Why do you think we're getting this move?
It's clear as day. The Dixie is down.
Okay.
So the Dixie hit 110. If you're not familiar with the Dixie, it's essentially measuring the US dollar against other foreign currencies like the euro, like the Japanese yen and the Chinese yuan. And so anytime the Dixie rises up, and especially when it makes 21-year highs like it did on Thursday or Friday, risk on assets tend to bleed. And that includes equities, that includes cryptocurrency. And so we've seen the Dixie come down, and like when Miguel was showing that chart, that giant green candle we had, that was from this morning's open. Or no, that was not. That was a daily chart, correct?
That was a daily chart.
Okay. So Friday started coming down, so I'm assuming that was Friday. But irregardless, last night going into today, we did see big movement to the upside. So for me, I like to keep things simple. For me, it's a Dixie. And I also believe everyone is expecting the inflation numbers to come out under what they forecasted for the first time in a while.
Yeah. Interesting. Rob, you have I know you guys like to have your little boxing matches and disagree on certain things. Is this something you disagree on, or are you kind of in the same camp?
No, I actually I agree that we're probably due for a short-term relief rally. If we look back at the height of the bull run here that just passed, you had a double top. I do think that it's in my perception, I think it's likely to get a double bottom on the back end. So we've hit the bottom, and then I think we're going to rally, maybe get back up to 28,000, maybe 30,000. And then that's all lining up with the midterms coming up. So there's a lot of things going on the global macro side. For one, you can look at the price of gas, which the national average is dropping. Don't discount the effects of the cost of energy and gas that affects every product that we buy. I mean, if you look at a map of the United States, it is filled with roadways in the same way that you have arteries in your body. This is how goods move from one place to another. And, I think with the price coming down on gas, that's one. And then with Europe, also, if you've been watching, the Russian troops have been evacuating in Ukraine. And, they're supposed to be falling back to the Donbass region for fortification, but it is a win in the Ukrainian side, not to mention that the weather, the winters in Ukraine and Russia, historically, especially with the movement of troops, have been extremely difficult. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pause on this conflict over in Ukraine. You see gas prices dropping, so the cost of goods are probably going to ease up here in the short term. Midterms are coming up, so big rally. But then let's not discount the economy in its whole with the rising interest rates hikes. I think it will pull back here after the midterm. So little rally and then another drop.
Yeah, I'm with you on another drop, and it's not because everybody. Listen, you hear it all the time where it's an echo chamber. YouTube, TikTok, it'll be an echo chamber. It's going this way. It's going this way. It's going to 100K. It's going to 100K. Well, what did it not do? It didn't go to 100K. And now we're hearing 10K, 12K, 14, whatever those numbers are. We're hearing down, down, down. That makes me wonder which way are we headed, because I do believe. Some people say, oh, it's, you're not a conspiracy theorist, but basically like too many times you give too much credit to, the manipulation of the markets. Well, the reality is people are there. There's over $1 trillion in this market. Trillion. Trust me, when big money is in like that, they don't put a lot up for chance. So if they can see an opportunity, and that opportunity comes in the form of, put my ear to the street, and the street's telling me everybody thinks it's going down, and I can push it in the opposite direction. The same thing with the exchanges, playing with your shorts and liquidating people. I think it gives opportunity. So I'll be interested to see where this heads. I do think the same, though, that we're going to head back down just because of the macroeconomics. I've been talking about it all year. I think we're going to have a huge opportunity, and I do think we're going to see a pretty low number after the midterms. Miguel, Three of us have weighed in. What do you got?
For the
Just kind of
midterms?
Just kind of macro or around what's
So a lot of people that come on for T8 Thursday have been saying kind of similar things, right? That we're supposed to be seeing a rally here in September.
Yeah.
It can get choppy in October, and then we'll see how the midterms take it. But yeah, I agree with that. That's kind of how it happens, especially with midterms coming around and the macro stuff. Everything is part of the plan. Nothing is just a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it. And that's the way they do it when it comes to election years. They manipulate it more than it's ever manipulated.
Yeah. And to Miguel's point, just one thing I want to mention is the administration here in the U.S., they've been releasing 1 million barrels of oil a day from their strategic reserves, which is meant for stuff like war or national shortages or worldwide shortages. But guess when they are going to stop releasing that oil?
Right around midterms.
October 31st, 3 days before the midterm elections. So if, to what Miguel and Keeper said, these are games they play, and we're just part of the game. So.
Yeah, for sure. Not a doubt. And some of those games that they play they end up kind of hurling over into your personal lives. And I want to throw out there, if you guys are not in our Discord, jump into the Discord with Danger Close Alpha. If you want to get all the information, it's dangerclosealpha.com. We are prepared. We're bringing the prepper community in with the crypto community. We'd love for you to be a part of that. We've got an alternate reality game happening right now. Side note, for all of you that are in the Discord, tonight we're going to have a town hall. Miguel and I have some big news for you. It is big news. Make sure that you're there. We really need input from all of you. But yeah, we're bringing the prepper community together with the crypto community because all of the macro things that we're talking about are big question marks, not just in financial markets, but what's going to happen? How much are some of these commodities going to end up? Are we going to be able to get them? What is oil going to look like? And it affects every little part of your life. We're having rolling brownouts, rolling blackouts. There's a lot going on, and you need to be prepared, and most people are not. So make sure that you jump in, check that out, dangerclosealpha.com. All right, so one of the biggest things in the space, I'm really interested to talk with you guys about this a little bit further and in depth. We've touched on the merge. How could you not touch on the Ethereum merge as far as what's happening in the crypto space? But we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive tonight. We're going to touch on some NFTs later on the show, so stick around for that. We've got something really cool happening with Starbucks, so stick around. We'll have some fun with that. But I'm really interested to see what's happening with this ETH merge and how's it going to affect the market. So I'm going to touch on a couple articles here real quick. We'll start off with, drum roll please, the Ethereum merge matters for everyone. So it says the Ethereum merge matters for everyone in crypto. All eyes in crypto are on the merge. And it's not just the Ethereum crowd. The event matters for Bitcoiners and everyone else. So briefly, we scroll down here and it says, after years and years of delays, the Ethereum merge is upon us. The event formerly known as Ethereum 2.0, when the proof of work Ethereum mainnet will merge with proof of stake beacon chain, could happen as soon as Tuesday. It says, imagine Ethereum is a spaceship that isn't quite ready for an interstellar voyage. With the beacon chain, the community has built a new engine and a hardened hull. After significant testing, it's almost time to hot swap the new engine for the old mid-flight. Gentlemen, let me ask you, as a whole, I want to go around the horn here. Is the Ethereum merge going to be positive for price action? Let's start with price action. Is it going to be positive for price action, or is it going to be negative? Is it priced in, or is it not? I don't care.
Leading up to the merge or when it happens? Like
when the merge happens, let's say it happens Tuesday. What are you thinking we're going to get?
Go ahead,
is that
Rob.
tomorrow?
Yeah,
no,
so
that is tomorrow.
yeah,
might be
Tuesday
next
is tomorrow.
Tuesday.
It's right around the corner. Which is it's been such a long time coming that tomorrow just sounds nostalgic. It sounds kind of crazy. It's like like when you've been waiting for Christmas presents for so long, and then finally it's Christmas Eve and you can't go to sleep. That's how I feel. It's been a long time coming. Well needed. At least for the Ethereum community, because they've been talking about it ad nauseum, and now it's finally here. As far as the price action, it wasn't too long ago where we had the huge rally of the Cardano ecosystem before they implemented the Shelley mainnet, where they had the smart contracts. And for that, we saw the prototypical large project go from the buy the rumor, sell the news event, where everyone was excited about the coming utility that is the smart contracts. In that case, you can really make the same kind of argument here that this is what we're seeing. You're seeing the Ethereum mainnet switch over from different consensus protocol. Essentially, the utility, or at face value, what it can do and accomplish from the user's end does not change. It does reach block finality. I think it's 9% faster. So it goes from 13 seconds for each block to finish down to about 12. So it does process a few more transactions throughout the day. However, it's mitigated by its throughput and the cost of transactions with the gas fee wars. So I think that it's going to disappoint people's expectations. I think that they're expecting this revolutionary change to be something different and new and fun. And just like when you upgrade from the iPhone 13 to the 14 or the 12 to the 13, you're excited for it. But then after about a day and a half or 2 days later, you realize all the apps look exactly the same and it doesn't do anything different. And for that reason, I do think we're going to get a natural pullback, but don't take my words as hate, because I think it is a great step to the next evolution of Ethereum. It becomes really green, 99.9% less energy usage here. So
do we think that matters though? Like, really? Do we really think that matters?
But for institutions,
of course it matters.
Institutions, if you're in the hey, institutions come in, it's going to rally the price of a token, or Bitcoin or Ethereum. This does remove a lot of roadblocks for people with ESG concerns. Now, that's a different subject, but I mean, at the end of the day, it does take down some roadblocks for certain corporations.
Dave, you said it, of course it does. I'd love to hear follow up on that. I know the ESG side of things, right? But why were you so quick? Of course it does.
Because I mean, case exhibit A, Polygon. What happened after Polygon went net zero emissions? Disney came by, Starbucks came by. There's a couple other ones that came by. That is literally, if whether you love or hate ESG, okay, whether you think it's BS or you think it's the rule, the law of the land, it is something that controls money flowing in and out of businesses. And so when you're not ESG compliant, you're essentially blackballed if you do invest in those companies. Why do you think Tesla pulled out of Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is not considered environmentally friendly. And so when you have something like the merge that's going to take Ethereum to 99.95% less energy usage, it becomes more green. On top of that, you have institutions that have pulled money out of Ether leading up to the merge because they don't like this kind of risk and they know the volatility is going to happen. What's going to happen 4 weeks after the merge goes live? Everything is smooth. It's now green. Institutions will start piling back into Ethereum. There was news today. Robin talked about this on Around the Blockchain, that the Norway central bank is leveraging Ethereum's blockchain to launch a CBDC. And so now you have Ethereum being able to come into those kind of talks as well, outside of just NFTs and DeFi and people just speculating on price. So it absolutely matters. It might not matter to us, but it matters to the people who have a crap load of money that are going to start dumping it into the blockchain space.
Heat. Crusader, thoughts?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm hyped about the merge for the simple fact of the triple happening, as they call it, right? The squeeze on the supply of Ethereum that will definitely help the price rise. There'll be a lot less Ethereum coming into circumventing supply, which would help. And we've seen, right, during the bull market, the amount of ETH that was being taken off exchanges was constantly growing. So now with that same type of demand, as we keep going with a lot less supply, will definitely increase price. So I don't think it's priced in. I think it might have a delayed effect. It might not just, merge today, $5,000 ETH tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to be kind of like the Bitcoin thing, where it just takes a little bit to really take effect and people to notice what's going on, because a lot of OTC deals are going to happen with Ethereum, right? As the institutions come in, they're not going to be buying on exchanges. They're going to be buying OTC, and we're not going to see the massive increase in price instantly. But if you're paying attention, you'll see the supply of ETH being taken off exchanges and not being moved anymore. And it's all because of these OTC deals.
And here's the thing. And just one more thing to add. You're not going to have any overhead from miners that are going to have to dump Ethereum anymore. And so, we see now with Bitcoin and ETH, all the overhead as far as energy and, your GPUs or whatever, they're not going to have that overhead anymore. And so they're not going to be forced to sell Ethereum for profit to pay their bills.
Dude, you know what? I thought I'd heard it all. I have not heard that argument be made. I love it. I love it because you're so right.
A studio with him, and I haven't even heard that before.
Yes, you have. You just don't pay attention.
Yeah,
when
I share a studio, and I haven't heard that before. I love it because at the end of the day, you're right. When you run a business and mining, or depending on what it is you're doing in the crypto space, it turns into a business and it becomes big business. And you're right, that overhead has to get paid for. And if I'm able to just sit on my ETH after I've already mined it, I'm sitting on it. Now I don't have to continually actively run all my GPUs. Oh, wait a minute. Not only am I not having to pay the overhead, but I've got extra coming in, assuming that we get some nice price action response from the same ETH. I think it's interesting. I'll be interested to see which way it goes. I am ETH bull all the way. I talk about ETH as if she's my girlfriend. I've called her my girlfriend for a long time now, and I am excited to see this happen. I'm a little bit nervous that it's going to end up being a sell the news deal. I don't truly care from a standpoint of, I know where we're headed long term. This is just a blip in the radar, and I think it's going to give us, if it does dump hard, I think it's going to give us nothing but, I look at it as nothing but an opportunity. But I also know how the rest of the world, as we were talking about macroeconomically, now you pile that on, there could be some pain for a while if we do get the opposite side of the spectrum happen. So I'm interested to see which way it goes.
I want to say that, there is, not to discount that there is some risk that there could be issues with the merge.
This is blasphemy. No, don't anybody listen to what he's saying right now. This is pure blasphemy.
But here's the narrative is that most analysts or most people that I've tuned into, they're on this big strong, it's gonna break, or it's not gonna work, or it's gonna be flawless. And I think we should think more realistic, and what it probably is going to happen is that it's been in test net for over 2 years. It's had multiple different test nets that prodded and poked at it. We've seen some issues with the last test net that rolled out. And a lot of that came from some of the nodes not signing on board with the beacon chain. But you could just have some little hiccups, some little setbacks. Maybe there's some block issues as far as minting. I'm no code genius here on the
is anyone really expecting it to be 100% flawless?
A lot of ETH bulls are, man.
Are you guys? I'm not.
No, man.
No,
code. There's never a chance that you deploy code and it's 100% flawless.
Right.
There's always going to be something that is, even as minor as it can be, there's always going to be something wrong. They have to put some type of patchwork on it.
The analogy you used on that article where they're swapping the engine. There's another analogy where you're basically fixing an airplane while it's flying, or changing the engine on an airplane while it's flying. That's the technical difficulty of this. And it's supposed to be one of the hardest, or one of the most difficult software upgrades in human history, especially with something that has a $200 billion market cap. It's a large task that they're taking on. And so for me, I would expect some hiccups, but I think the rollout will be fine. But you should at least plan accordingly that you might have some issues arise. But
yeah, I could definitely see it either way. I know that just from the little bit of experience I've had from, Miguel's a programmer, and he's written smart contracts for us, and we do testing. I can't even say we. He's been doing testing, and it's always just something small that you're like, wait a minute, how did that happen? Oh, well, after this, and this, then this was the result. So I'll be interested to see which way it goes. All I know, and this is why I try to focus on the zoom out from 1,000 feet, 10,000 feet. This is going to be bullish for ETH, assuming that the whole thing doesn't just crash and burn. And I can't see them pushing this out and out and out and testnet after testnet after testnet to then crash and burn. I don't see it. There's not a chance I see that.
I mean, not just that, but think about the people that are behind Ethereum, right? We're talking about JP Morgan. We're talking about, Microsoft. We're talking about tons of massive companies, BlackRock, all these people, right, that are behind Ethereum in some way, somehow, that they make sure that they're not going to lose their investment. They're not going to just destroy Ethereum and crash the whole entire ecosystem.
Yeah, that's actually once before. Well, listen, don't talk.
Hey, Solana's still here, and it's been breaking every couple of weeks.
Well, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
We're so far ahead now with technology and just experience from these devs and programmers that I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I feel comfortable with what's going on there.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out quickly. It's about to happen. And ultimately, what we're talking about here is this. The Ethereum merge could drive up institutional adoption, says Bank of America. The merge will make Ethereum more energy efficient, and Bank of America researchers say this could increase interest from institutions. So the long-awaited upgrade may drive institutional adoption, researchers Bank of America said on Friday. In a research note, the second largest bank in the U.S. claimed the ability for ETH users to stake, i.e. pledge assets to the network, could increase interest for big investors. The second biggest cryptocurrency by market cap, Ethereum, is expected to complete its upgrade, known as the merge. All right, we all know that that's happening, right? This will get rid of the miners instead of using validators. People who stake ETH keep the network secure and running. This upgrade is expected to make Ethereum, this is what I want to touch on, 99% more energy efficient, according to the Ethereum Foundation. And researchers for Bank of America say this may drive interest from institutions. Let me tell you why I have the problem with this. I agree with what is being said that ESG, the environment, all of this matters, but I want people to understand the reason why it matters. Optics. The reason that it matters is because everyone wants to look as if they're doing this great thing for the environment, that they are going green, when ultimately, I'm not talking about this with Ethereum in particular, but ultimately going green for Tesla means creating these lithium batteries that we have nowhere to get rid of them. It means mining lithium, which causes more harm on our environment than it does just having and using natural gas. So it's optics. It's what the people in office right now are pushing, this new Green Deal. So there's the problem that I have with it is that I think that it's mildly intellectually dishonest. It does do what it says it's going to do, and it will be more efficient. But the same thing as people say when they talk about Bitcoin so bad for the environment, and then you actually look at the numbers, and it is a blip on the radar. It is less than Christmas lights across the U.S., but they want to have the discussion about it. It's FUD. It's going to be a good thing. I think it'll be good, but I just don't like the fact how they manipulate your mind to think that Ethereum has been out here crushing the environment. It's a big load of hogwash.
Yeah, it's also just it's makes people feel good and warm inside. The same kind of feeling you get with the recycle bins in your neighborhood. They only recycle like 90%. They only recycle like 10% of what you put in the recycle bin. Yeah. But there's such a big movement. They're like, hey, I'm doing my part, but it's really not doing what it's sold as on the back end. And so this illusion of, hey, it's so much greener, and it makes people feel good, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just a story that they're selling, right? The reality is it's the proof of work. The proof of work versus proof of stake is what they're after. They understand that institutions are coming in, aka big dollars. It's a lot easier to control the network and control things if you're staking, right? If you're controlling these nodes versus proof of work, it's not as easy. And I think that is the angle that they're going for, but they're focusing on the green energy, how environmental friendly it is. But the reality is they just want more control over a massive network, and the only way they're going to do that is by putting massive dollars in it, which they've been doing, and it's proof of stake, which will allow this control for them.
I think Dave's trying to make ESG. I think Dave's trying to make Sin City ESG compliant. I see him. He's sitting in his seat right now. He's upset. We're talking bad about his environment. Come on, Dave. Give it to me, bro.
Everything Miguel said is 100% true. Is it easier to dump $1 million into GPUs and finding somewhere to put them and then mining ETH and controlling the network that way? Or is it easier to just put up $1 million and operate multiple stake pools?
Yeah.
It's that simple. And so I agree with everything Miguel said. This whole narrative of pushing ESG compliant, this and that, it's good for the environment. They just want to be able, if JP Morgan Chase is saying, if I'm going to dump billions of dollars, I want to have say in the network.
I want to look good.
I want to have some sort of control.
Yeah.
The thing that scares me though is with a large amount of money staked, and a lot of people bring up the security issue, and I think that's actually not the big issue, because I don't think that well, for one, if you have money staked, you're gonna be hurting yourself by compromising the network. So I don't think that's essentially the problem. But what does arrive is governance, and with Ethereum, with these institutions coming in with big money, and even proposals that are in the best interest of the corporations that have the most money at stake, can more easily pass EIP proposals that would benefit the corporation and maybe not the end user. And so I kind of feel a little worried for the individual user, the me and you, the NFT enthusiast, because if JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America and all of these big corporations are the ones that control all of the staking power, they also control the voting and governance power. And so that to me, I think, is the biggest concern about this merge, not so much like the security, which I know some people are bringing up when comparing the proof of work to proof of stake.
That's a really interesting thought.
That's the control. That's the problem.
Yeah, the banks have been playing. Well, never mind. I can't say that. The banks have been screwing us for a long time, right? And so I would not be surprised. I hadn't really thought of it from that angle, Rob. So I appreciate you bringing that up. They've been taking advantage of us forever, right? And there's always this great thing that the bank is trying to promote and that they're doing, when in reality, come on, like if we dive down into fractional reserve banking, we are all getting screwed actively, right? I bet some of you didn't know this. The American dream was actually sold from the banking institutions so the house, the white picket fence, was nothing more than getting you to get a mortgage, because guess what? The banks couldn't loan money to you without an asset to tie it to. So many people think that, that they're out here doing this great service. And I've heard people talk about, well, like, what would you do if you didn't have the banks? Well, that's a pretty good argument. But if we full on took the banks away and we operated as a society the way that we could operate as being our own bank with something like Bitcoin, I do know that when money got lent out, it wouldn't be getting 0.01%. But listen, Rob, Dave, if you guys lent Miguel and I money and gave us 0.01%, and you're out there getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 10% on it, you're kind of a schmuck. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it. So I'd be interested to see if we actually move towards truly being our own bank, how that could affect our economy. But yeah, the banking institutions are all about the banking institution.
Don't forget the American dream also includes you must go to college and take on $100,000.
Non-forgivable. The only debt that is non-forgivable that you just until the Biden administration came in. Hey, listen.
I was like, hold on, where you been?
Have you not been reading the news?
Throw it all out the window when Mr. Biden steps on stage. You never know what you're going to get. So take a little pause. First of all, again, want everybody that's in here, follow Sin City Crypto. Their information is down below the video. They had me on when I was out in Vegas. We had a great time having them on tonight. Great conversation. Make sure that you guys give them a follow. They've got lots of alpha to bring you. So go over there and do that. jump into our Discord. If you are here from Sin City Crypto, welcome. I hope that you are enjoying the show this evening. We like to bring that heat, so I hope you're enjoying that. Jump into our Discord, dangerclosealpha.com. That'll give you all the information. We are bringing the crypto community together with the crypto and NFT community together with the prepper community. So we'd love to have you.
We told the crypto familia to show up, and we see a bunch of them in here. So
I do. You know what? I could tell it was some of your people, because we, you see a lot of the same names that you're used to or whatever. And I can see some of your people. So they are showing out. Hey, what do they keep asking us about this desk? What are they asking me about your
we
desk?
Have this guy. Okay. We have this guy, Jimmy, great guy. Okay. He's an amazing guy.
Jimmy, I met Jimmy. Yeah. Are you talking?
No.
Oh, no.
No, you did not meet Jimmy.
Yeah, okay,
I don't know if you want to meet Jimmy, because he'll probably find something and say, I need to burn that. So he's like, dude, if I ever come to Vegas, I come to the studio, I am taking that desk out back and I'm putting 50 million bullet holes in it.
So
and then I'm burning it.
His
I don't know.
desk.
You saw my desk, Keeper. You were here. What do you?
Nice
is it that bad?
I didn't even give it a second thought. I was so distracted by all of the high-end, beautiful equipment in the studio that the desk, I couldn't even tell you what it looked like. I think it's wood. Is it wood?
Yeah.
It's Fox.
Okay. It's
Foxwood.
compliant.
No. You know who? No. Hold on a second. You know whose desk isn't ESG compliant? Is
It's
your
Rob.
boy Rob over here, because Rob's got a desk where you just reach up underneath the desk. That's whose desk I noticed. Rob's got a desk over. Oh, you see it happening right now. You see that? That thing is lowering. That thing is raising.
You wouldn't mind a Bitcoin block.
Dude, this thing is powered off of straight kerosene, bro. I'm tearing that universe up.
that desk is super freaking dope. But yeah, so back on track. Smash the likes, guys. Thank you for being here. Let's continue having some fun. Let's take a quick pause on the ETH merge. Let's talk about Starbucks and NFTs right quick. I'm interested to touch on this. Starbucks to offer NFT-based loyalty program using Polygon's blockchain technology. Starbucks Odyssey will allow customers to purchase digital collectible stamps in NFT form that offer benefits and immersive experiences. The company Starbucks Odyssey will allow customers to purchase and earn digital collectible stamps in the form of NFTs. I just said that. The program is to be built on Polygon's proof-of-stake network, a scaling tool that sits on top of the Ethereum network. Applications that run on Polygon and other scalers, you guys know all of that. Okay. Starbucks hinted at developing Web3 experience in May when it announced plans to launch a series of NFT collections, providing, quote, unique experiences, community building, and customer engagement. Customers can now join a wait list to gain access to Starbucks Odyssey. Okay, gents, we've got everybody diving into the NFT space. Okay, so is this with Starbucks? Is this, hey, I need to stay on the leading edge of just the in thing to do, or is this going to be something that's going to take off, move forward, and it's an important piece of the puzzle moving forward in the crypto and NFT space?
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm obviously I'm all in on crypto. I mean, we got a damn channel, but not everybody needs crypto. Your flower shop doesn't need a crypto, doesn't need a blockchain. I don't know. There's a list of professions out there, and one of them is definitely not
Coffee?
Starbucks, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that you can't integrate it in some form or fashion. They got POS terminals, point of sale machines, and you can accept payments and things like that. Yeah, sure. Maybe the payment infrastructure at the front desk could use some blockchain. But outside of that, Starbucks doesn't need NFTs. Starbucks doesn't need to go out there and create collectibles. There might be a market for it. I think today you brought up the fact that people do collect cups or something of that nature. But
do you understand how much money people will literally be late to work to go get Starbucks?
That's true.
Oh yeah.
And like, so Robin sees everything. So when a new industry gets into a different industry, Robin always says cash grab. And for me, I love it. If we keep talking about, we want these companies to come in, we want blockchain to take over this and this, and then when a large company like Starbucks is worth over $100 billion, who did $30 billion, I think, in sales just last month or last quarter, and they get into the space, and you think they don't need to be in the space? You have 10,000 stick figures selling for 2 Ethereum on OpenSea right now that literally have no purpose, but you have the largest coffee brand in the world wants to get into NFTs to grow their community, and you're saying they don't need it. I just don't understand.
Yeah, the way I see it, I mean, they don't need it, but they need it because I think what they're learning is that previous companies that didn't really go from Web 1 to Web 2 died out, right? And a lot of people have started to realize that if they don't continue with the trends of the technology of online presence, whether it's on blockchain or not, they're going to eventually fade out and somebody's going to come along the lines and replace them. At the same time, it's a way to revolutionize the point system, the loyalties point system, right? It makes it more attractive. Like everybody's like, oh, I got points, but how do you keep up with your points? Who can see all the points they have? Now you have an NFT. Now you have something new. Is it gimmicky? Is it a cash grab right now? Possibly, but eventually I think they'll work out the kinks where we're gonna be seeing more and more of this, more memberships, more loyalty programs, more anything all around somewhere based around the NFT market. I think there's too much on there when it comes to brand purposes that the companies can't just let it go by.
Miss it.
No,
Yeah,
Miguel,
especially for
imagine-
younger generations. They just can't let it slip.
Imagine this. Imagine there's, let's say, they do 10,000 NFTs. Imagine 100 of them have a lifetime free Starbucks.
That, I mean, listen, I think for me, I think this is simple. You know, the whole reason that people or that companies spend so much money on marketing and advertising is just to have their it's not, and this got explained to me by my dad a long time ago. I used to ask my dad and say, well, hey, when there's all of this marketing happening, like, are they expecting, hold that thought, speaking of marketing, hold on, come here, baby. Addison wants to remind everybody to make sure to be your own bank. Make sure to jump in, check out the code that we have down below, get your ledger, be your own bank. She is rocking a nice little bit of ETH and Bitcoin, and she's happy about it. You see it? Yeah, you say hi.
My baby
we got lots of people on tonight. Huh? You want to say hi?
Hi.
You want to say hi? What's your name? Hi. Addie.
Addie.
I love you. What's the cow say?
Moo. What does a robin say?
What does Robin say? Apparently not much.
Oh no, the opposite. That's awesome, man.
So that's my daughter. She's growing up way too fast. She's 15
when you
and
put
a half
a
months old.
webcam and when are you going to put her on webcam and get her on the show? You know,
I know. Well, listen, she's on the show every night. She's been reminding people to get their Ledger hardware wallet, get off these exchanges. That's what she's here for. But yeah, back to kind of what I was getting at was that the marketing is not you watch a commercial and then you go out and buy Starbucks. The marketing is programming so that when you do want coffee, you're thinking of Starbucks. It's not just a boom, boom, go buy. It's I hear it, I hear it, I hear it, I hear it, go buy coffee. And what I like about this move is that there's not enough people that know about the NFT space yet. And the NFT space does have an opportunity and is revolutionizing what the world can look like as we move forward and giving artists a place to do things that they couldn't do before, giving the ability to because ultimately it's just a digital stamp. It's just saying, hey, digitally, I can prove that I own this. So when we go over to deeds on homes and driver's licenses and the other things that we talk about, why not coupons? Why not loyalty? This is literally, Dave, we were talking about ESG. How can this not be good for ESG? Because now all of a sudden we're not printing off paper coupons. We don't have the little plastic cards that we're printing out. You just get an NFT and it's digital. So I think that for me, it's more just more people seeing NFT, Polygon. What's that? And it's my grandma, it's my aunt, it's my uncle, it's my, family member that says, what's this whole thing with NFTs? What the heck is that? And I think it just opens the conversation lands.
I mean, think about the last time you saw something so many times that at the end you were just like, all right, I got to know what the hell this is. I keep hearing about it. I don't know what it is. And just to your point, back at the same
yeah,
time.
that's crypto in general, I'm not against the integration of NFTs and blockchain into Starbucks, for example, or any corporation. It's not that idea that I'm pushing back on. It's how serious they take the rollout. And what we've seen is that when these big franchises and big companies have some kind of new idea or new plan that they're going to roll out or new product, they heavily market it with target precision, and they have a roadmap, they have goals, they have this whole layout. And if you've and I started my my career working for franchisees, and when you go into the corporate offices, this is literally just blueprinted out from top to bottom with hordes of people making decisions. And what I feel like I've seen time and time again when it comes out of corporations is this lazy effect of we're going to roll out NFTs, but without any explanation and without any like real roadmap. But like, if you're going to take the time to develop it, why not make it have parameters, goals, talk about it, roll out commercials, like discuss it in a way that you would about a new product line that you're going to roll out. That's my biggest concern. And because we've seen time after time, these corporations put out an NFT without really knowing what the hell they're even putting out themselves. And that's all I'm asking for is for a company to take it seriously, use the technology for what it's best suited for, and really hammer it home and get people to use it and show people how amazing it can be. Because, you know, I hope Starbucks does a cool rollout, and I hope that it brings value. Nobody wants those punch cards anymore with 5 drinks you get 1 free. Like, that's outdated. Time to upgrade.
Yeah. We'll see which way it goes. I think I don't think there's any other way than heading digital with basically everything that we're doing. So I just think it's a matter of time before you don't need to know what like. I think that some of the barrier to entry right now is something as simple as the words non-fungible token, right? Like, we couldn't just make it really, a couple simple words. We've got to go with non-fungible. The average person, if you ask them what fungible means, they're not going to have any freaking clue, right? And so I think that some of the barrier to entry is just like, what are they talking about? And you just lose people, right? You lost me at fungible type of idea, And so I think that as these companies that get into just companies that you see every single day get into the space, it will kind of soften the blow of the introduction to the the space of NFTs. So I don't know. We shall see. I think it'll do well. And hey, if anybody can get a discount on a PSL, a pumpkin spice latte, they're going for
Too
it.
early,
I'm gonna tell
bro.
you right now.
Too early.
I'm gonna tell you. Is
1 more month.
Aren't they out yet? They're not out yet?
I don't know,
Maybe. I think
you know
they might
what?
be.
Probably not, because I would have heard my wife 50,000 times. Oh my God, pumpkin spice lattes are here.
I heard them
I haven't heard
talking.
that yet, so.
It might be in Ohio, because I think maybe not. We'll check it out. All
Ohio's
that just
always
to
been
say,
weird anyways.
that's a fact. Don't come to Ohio unless you love the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I remember they had the McDonald's had a McRib NFT last year.
Oh, an NFT?
Yeah, they had like an NFT.
There was only 5 of them, I think they did. It was very special.
That's kind of what it scarred me, because I have a supreme love for the McRib, and the failure, they dropped the ball on that one.
David is been a member for a long time, and I'm going to trust this man. And let's see, hold on. Biomex is saying they're live. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not got your pumpkin spice latte, make sure to go check that out. Okay, so let's kind of wrap things up in a bow here. Before we do that, though, I heard little birdie told me that we've been telling you guys jump over, check out Sin City Crypto. I heard you guys are doing something new, though, that I think is going to be super dope. What are you doing on the strip? You got something that you're going to be introducing people to soon, or did I just spill the beans and now I'm in trouble?
So when we're down in Atlanta, we went and visited BitBoy in his studio. And we hung out with all the guys, DZ, Taco.
Yeah.
And in conversation, DZ was like, "Man, you guys are in Vegas. There's so much cool things you can do." And so he kind of inspired us with an idea to walk the strip on a weekend night. Yeah. And you know how they have you ever seen Jimmy Kimmel, where they goes on the streets and asks people like a super obvious, so that, but with crypto. And so we do have a mobile studio. So we filmed our first episode.
Nice.
And that's going live on either Friday or Saturday. And so we're super, super excited. I mean, some of these responses, you got to think Las Vegas Strip, Friday night, 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning.
And then you add booze and 100-degree weather, and it gets really interesting. It scrambles the brain.
And then you got all these Marvel characters. We had Spider-Man out there. Yeah, it's fun. The motto of our show is we're entertainment focused crypto channels. So
everybody says that, but we try to really
our entertainment is just pointing and laughing at Robin, which is great. So
it works. Miguel likes to point and laugh at me too. So we just, I like being the butt end.
I knew I vibe with Miguel, man. I knew I vibe with Miguel.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So Crypto Fam, we love you. You could be anywhere and you are here on a Monday night, Magic Money Monday with Debate Crypto. If you're not subscribed to Debate Crypto, make sure you subscribe. Hopefully you guys have had fun tonight. Again, follow, subscribe, Sin City Crypto, Twitter, on YouTube, all the socials. You know what to do. Do your thing, people. Jump into our Discord tonight. Just as a reminder, Discord members, we are going to be doing a town hall. Miguel, what time are we going to do that? About 9 to 9:30?
Yep, around there.
9:15, something like that. So make sure that you guys are there for that, because we've got some big info to release to you as it relates to our ARG, our alternate reality game. So we're looking forward to
we're gonna come hang out. We're gonna go check out your Discord too. So.
Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. We got some interesting fun things happening, and everyone in the Discord right now, if you like riddles, they're trying to figure out a pretty difficult riddle, and it's all part of the fun. So, Crypto Fam, we love you guys. Thank you for being here. Rob, Dave, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having us, man. We had a blast.
Dude, as always, you're welcome anytime. We'll definitely have you back on and look forward to being on your show again as well.
100%.
And Crypto Fam, do your thing. We love you. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like a top.
We'll see you soon.